Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. So today up with another technical topic, absorption towers. Yes, a very important topic for interviews or gate wherever you go. Absorption towers is a must when you are going for any company interview or any semester examination related to mass transfer. And they're going to ask you time and again what are the types of absorption towers and what is the working principle of an absorption tower and what are the important parts in an absorption tower. Today's video we will discuss about the working principle of an absorption tower and the important parts in an absorption tower. We are going to discuss about the irrigation header, its branches, how it is sprayed, the spraying nozzles, the spraying pattern, the two types of towers that we are going to basically discuss about are tray towers and packed column towers. Packed column towers are mostly used when you need an intricate absorption between the gas and the liquid stream, and particularly in subatmospheric absorption towers, wherever the pressure in the absorption tower is to be maintained in negative or suction is maintained in the absorption tower so that the absorption tower do not crumble under pressure from outside, because the outside pressure is atmospheric pressure and the inside pressure is below atmospheric pressure. To sustain, we need a packed column absorption tower in that case so that it doesn't crumble or no buckling occurs in that case. So we need a packed column absorption tower. And tray towers are mostly used when we need a liquid liquid gas interaction in between the two, but not too much of an intricate liquid gas interaction. We are going to talk about Demister pads, we are going to talk about irrigation headers, we are going to talk about the packed column, and finally how does the interaction between the gas and the liquid occurs, or the gas to the gas occurs. Today we are mainly going to discuss about gas and liquid system, wherein the liquid is put from the top and the gas is coming from the bottom, and there is a counter current interaction between the two. Counter current absorption towers we are going to discuss, and gas liquid system we are going to discuss. Particularly these examples to discuss the two types of towers. Other examples are also existing wherein gas absorption or co-current absorption do take place. If you have not referred to the calculations of absorption, the graphs of absorption, we have made separate videos on absorption and stripping operations, co-current and counter current. Please refer to those videos for the calculative details or the graph details. Today we are only going to talk about the industrial aspects or the working principle of the absorption towers. Now let us straight away go to the topic. The first type of absorption tower is a tray tower. Now how does this absorption column or absorption tower look like? Let me discuss. And the second type is packed column towers. So I'm going to rub this and I'm going to go straight away to the structure of absorption towers. So the absorption tower looks something like this. Absorption tower looks something like this. A jar-like structure. This is the exit, and herein comes the entry into the absorption tower, and herein comes the liquid entry into the absorption tower. This is liquid, this is gas, and finally the gas exits after absorbing some amount of, supposedly A is the component that was predominantly there in liquid, and now the gas also has A. Here the gas didn't have any A, no A, and the liquid comes out, liquid with less amount of A, So the gas going with no A, absorbing A from the liquid media, and the liquid coming down with great amount of A and coming down with less amount of A, because some amount of A has transferred from the liquid phase to the gaseous phase. This is a counter current liquid gas system. Liquid gas system. Other systems are also existing. Now talking about the first type of absorption tower, my dear friends. Talking about the first type of absorption tower is a tray tower. What does a tray tower look like? Tray tower looks like something like this. Supposedly this is my first tray. This is my first tray. This is my second tray. This is my third tray. This is my fourth tray. And we calculate the number of trays. If you remember, in absorption column operations, we have the specific formula for calculating the number of trays in a column. Or through the graphical approach, we try to calculate the number of stages or number of trays in a absorption tower, in a tray tower. And in a packed column tower, we follow the HTOG, NTOG formula, overall transfer height. And here what we do is the liquid comes down, falls on this, liquid bed develops on it, and the gas goes in through the perforations. There are perforations all over these liquid plates, and the gas velocity is maintained such that the liquid doesn't come down through these perforations. The gas just keeps the liquid uplifted with its velocity. So the liquid, the pores or the perforations diameters are maintained such that it balances between the liquid flow rate or the liquid hold up or liquid build up around the plate. It can hold that much of liquid with this much of gas flow rate. Supposedly some gas flow rate is there at this point of time. The gas has sufficiently suffered some pressure loss while going through multiple stages or multiple trays, and it has reached at a certain pressure. And at that particular pressure, it gives an uplifting force on these perforations. Cumulatively, this perforations area, let it be A, so it gives an amount of force due as a virtue of its pressure, and that amount of force should be sustained by the amount of liquid. It should be enough to keep the liquid hold it up in this particular tray, and the liquid shouldn't come down. If the liquid does come down, then certain problems do occur. Proper gas liquid interaction doesn't occur. There are multiple factors like flooding. There are multiple factors like entrainment. So flooding occurs when the liquid do come down of this particular perforations instead of these downcomers. The liquid is supposed to come out of these downcomers. These are the name as the downcomers. Downcomers. These weirs. You see weirs. These weirs are the thing, these are the extensions to maintain certain liquid hold up in the tray, and the liquid, when it surpasses this weir or surpasses this downcomer, it comes down, as the name suggests, comes down to the next tray, builds up a liquid. There is a liquid hold up there, and it comes down to the next tray through this downcomer, and it stays there for a certain point of time and comes down through this. And when it reaches a steady state, all of these trays are filled up with liquid, and the liquid is having a hold up in the tray, and the gas velocity is just sufficient to hold up the liquid, not fluidize or entrain it, to keep it in a fluidized concentration but not entraining it. The gas should go out as gas itself, and there should be no liquid carry over with the gas. Neither should the liquid come down of the pores. So there should be no entrainment of liquid with gas. Neither there should be a flooding of excessive liquid flow rate and low gas flow rate, because of which the liquid comes down through the holes or the perforations. The liquid should always come down from the downcomer, my friends, and that is the design. So there is always a liquid hold up, and the gas comes in and has an interaction with the liquid and absorbs A from the liquid and takes A with itself, and no portion of the liquid with itself. The gas doesn't take the liquid with itself. It should avoid taking away the liquid with itself, and it should have a proper interaction time, a proper interaction enough to take away A from the liquid and take it with itself. And this is the principle of tray towers. And we calculate the number of trays. But there is a sufficient chance of entrainment or flooding, because once it takes away the water, there is nothing, water or the liquid, there is nothing that can prevent the liquid entrainment with the gaseous stream. Now, my friends, let me discuss that this liquid comes down as a single stream. No. If it comes down as a single stream, what will happen? Excessive pressure or excessive flow rate occurring at this particular perforation, which means all the liquid will come down through this perforation. It will not be able to hold up the liquid equally among all the streams. So that is a problem. That is a problem, particularly when it comes to tray towers or packed column towers, that you cannot maintain a liquid flow rate at a particular section, or you cannot maintain an excessive flow rate of liquid at a particular section. What is the problem associated with it? Channeling. Channeling, a very famous absorption tower problem. Channeling is a particular problem wherein the gas in the liquid channels through a particular low resistance path and doesn't come in interaction with one another. If you give a certain flow rate at a certain path, and that is the low resistance path, the liquid will try to follow that particular path and will eventually not come in contact with the gas itself. So, my friends, very importantly, very importantly, the liquid should be evenly distributed among all the trays. The liquid should be evenly distributed among all the trays. In case of packed column, over all the packings in the column, packings in the absorption tower. And for that, ensuring an equal distribution, even distribution all over the tower, we maintain irrigation headers with spray nozzles. And this is one, irrigation header with spray nozzles. Secondly, there is a Demister pad or candle filter arrangement here. Demister pad. What is the purpose of this Demister pad? Demister pad is a mist eliminator, my friend. Mist eliminator that is preventing the carryover of the liquid with the gas stream, as I have mentioned, that there might be some amount of entrainment, no matter how well you calculate it, how well you maintain the conditions, still there will be a different gas flow rates and different liquid flow rates at certain points of time, and whenever this gas flow rates and liquid flow rates vary, there is a chance that some amount of liquid might get entrained with this gas stream and will try to escape with the gas stream. We have to prevent that, and because of which we arrange 2 Demister pads or 3 Demister pads in series, mostly 2 Demister pads in series. Demister pads, what is the function of this Demister pad? Demister pad is a mesh-like structure. Mesh-like structure of certain Teflon coating or stainless steel coating with fine pore size, my friend, to hold up the mist particles and let the gas escape. So what happens is, whenever this gas meets this Demister pad's thick lining, thick net-like structure, thick mesh-like structure, the mist or the liquid that gets carried over with the gas gets trapped in the Demister pads or the candle filters, and the gas just escapes out of it. And if you flush regularly this Demister pads or this candle filters, this liquid, due to its own virtue of its own weight, accumulation of too many liquids, droplets, causing coagulation and finally falling down under gravity, or by flushing in case of candle filters, this mist that is collected in the filters do come down and goes back into the bed as liquid. So this is the principle of Demister pads and irrigation header. Irrigation header is used to maintain an equivalent, an equal or uniform flow throughout the tower, throughout the periphery of the tower. Now let me explain how does this actually or exactly works. You have already understood the concept of tray interaction, liquid hold up and downcomers concept. We use this is enough to understand that we need to prevent excessive liquid flow rate, because of which the flooding will occur, that is the liquid will start coming down from the perforations itself, and we will have to maintain, neglect excessive gaseous flow rate. Both are harmful to the absorption tower. Excessive gas flow rate will do what? It will entrain some amount of liquid with itself, in fact a great amount of liquid with itself. So channeling should be avoided, because of which we are feeding in irrigation header. These 3 conditions are very prevalent in absorption towers, and these are the major problems in any industrial absorption tower: entrainment, flooding and channeling. So the liquid flow rate and the gaseous flow rate and the pressures have to be maintained well enough so that the liquid just fluidizes over the tray column. But this problem is not that very prevalent in case of packed column absorption tower, because the construction is quite different there. Now let us talk about a packed column absorption tower along with irrigation headers and Demister pads and entire arrangement of the set. So if I rub all this, and let us go to the entire structure of an industrial absorption column. Packed tower. This is a packed tower absorption column. Looks something like this. Once again, a dome-shaped structure. The liquid coming out from here. Now what happens is, this is my Demister pad. Fine mesh-like structure. Fine mesh-like structure with very small pore size. Maybe of stainless steel if it is an acidic medium. Depends on the type of mist. Maybe Teflon, maybe stainless steel. The MOC depends on the type of liquid that is being carried over and the gas it is coming in interaction with. And the Demister pads are in series, mostly diagonal to each other. So one Demister pad is like this, another Demister pad is like this. So 2 Demister pads in series. Now comes the irrigation header. Now what is the irrigation header? Irrigation header is something like this. A sleeve pipe coming in and then going on like this and having branches on both sides. Now imagine it to be a 3D figure. Imagine it to be a 3D figure. So this is a tower that is having a diameter, and what is happening is a sleeve pipe coming in. This is the main liquid flow rate, and this is the main header. From the main header are branches. So it is something like this. This is the main header and these are the branches. Just like the tree having its branches. So whenever the main header is spraying some amount of liquid, this is the main irrigation header with branches of it. These branches are having nozzles right below them. Every branch, a certain number of nozzles right below them, spray nozzles. What these nozzles do is, whenever the liquid gushes in through the main header, this is the main header, and these are the irrigation branches, irrigation header branches, and these are the nozzles. So whenever there is a liquid pressure, there is a distribution of this liquid. The spray nozzles spray this liquid. Whatever is coming in here, these nozzles spray the liquid. So like this, throughout the periphery, this header is coming, branches are going all across in the tower, through these nozzles, everywhere the liquid is being spread. Everywhere the liquid is being spread throughout the diameter, throughout the circumference, throughout the entire area of whatever you call it, pi r square, throughout the cross-sectional area of the tower, the liquid is being spread. And whenever the liquid is throughout spread, this is a very old structure of irrigation header. Certain new constructions of irrigation headers are also there, wherein the nozzles are upwards. And what happens is, the nozzles do spray up, and there is a bar or a plate-like structure which acts like an umbrella and pushes off, making an umbrella of liquid droplets, thus spreading the droplets once again. Instead of the spray nozzle spraying downwards, the spray nozzle spray upwards, hits the plate, and the plate makes an umbrella of the liquid all over the tower. So this is the new principle of irrigation headers. Certain different constructions are also available. This is one of the developments that I've spotted out recently. And this is the age-old design of irrigation headers, wherein the main header comes out and the branches are spread all over the tower, and they have nozzles below them, and the nozzles spray the liquid all over the packing. Now comes the packing. When it is spread all over through the branches, where is it spread over? On the packings. Now the packings are hollow. They are like something like this. Saddles. If you read about saddles, you'll get to know this is the solid portion and this is the hollow portion. So the saddles are packed one after the other. Ceramic saddles depends on, again, the liquid or the gaseous medium that you are using, and the liquid is spread through the saddles because there is continuous packing throughout the bed, and the liquid trickles down, finds its path in between the saddle's hollow portions to spread all across. First it is distributed by the distribution header, the irrigation header, the distribution header, and thereafter it comes in contact with the packings. The packings further distribute and give a greater contact time and greater surface area. So the contact time increases. Contact time is high. Hold up is high. Liquid hold up is high. And area of interaction is high. And there are less chances of channeling or the liquid coming down through a particular section. This can only happen when the nozzles fail or a particular section of the saddles are completely having an arrangement such that liquid just drops down or spreads down at a particular saddle opening. So the saddles are spread all over and they spread out the liquid throughout the system, and the gas when it comes through the duct and enters into the system. Now for the gas particularly, you don't need an irrigation header because the liquid has a very low viscosity compared to gas. It has a tendency to remain together, whereas gas has a tendency to spread. It has a less density, it has a high viscosity. Viscosity of a gas is very difficult to measure. As it has a very low viscosity. Rather, I would say it has a very low viscosity, and water has a higher viscosity compared to gaseous medium, because water tends to stick together. The van der Waals forces are high, so the water tends to come down as a stream, whereas a gas, you don't need a distribution header for it. It automatically distributes, it automatically spreads up and moves throughout these packings, trying to interact with the incoming liquid streams through the packings. And once they come in contact with the incoming liquid stream, they exchange the medium, and finally the gas goes up, passes through the Demister pads, wherein the liquid is again separated as a mist eliminator, my friends, and finally it exists as gas plus absorbed substance from the liquid, and the liquid comes down through a sleeve pipe and goes into a tank, may be recirculated for further absorption. This is the fundamentals of a packed column. So we have learned about two types of absorption towers which are mainly prevalent in the industry. One is the tray tower, another is the packed tower. Now there are definitely less chances of entrainment, less chances of flooding in case of packed towers, because the flooding cannot occur in a packed tower particularly, because there are no perforations, there are no chances of a perforation having a higher diameter, of the gas or liquid fluid having changes. Even if the gas or liquid fluid has changes, it will still distribute through the saddle medium. So a packed tower is always a preference rather than a tray tower. Also, a packed tower can act well in subatmospheric conditions, because the outside pressure is high. The packed tower will not let the tower collapse under pressure. But a packed tower is difficult to fill, difficult to maintain, difficult to construct. These are the three things. A packed tower is a difficult task to do. It's a white elephant in the industry. So packed tower is definitely better than tray towers in multiple applications, because the problems of entrainment and flooding are less. Definitely chances of channeling are very high in packed towers, because the packing may just get damaged in one portion. It may allow the channeling of the liquid through a particular region, and channeling of one liquid from a particular region, since it is the low resistance path will result in a fundamental problem of less interaction between the gas and the liquid. So channeling is a big problem in packed bed towers. Packed column towers, channeling is a big problem. The liquid goes through one section, it will obviously, the rest of the liquid will have a lesser interaction with the incoming gas. So this is the problem of a packed tower. I think details have been covered up. The use of Demister pads have been covered up as mist eliminators. The irrigation header branches principle has been explained. The new design wherein plates are kept to distribute the liquid overall throughout the tower has been explained. The tray tower construction has been explained. The packed column usage has been explained. All has been explained in brief in this particular session on absorption towers, particularly in industries. If you want to see the numericals, the graphs, you can refer to our other videos that we have already made on absorption and stripping operations, co-current and counter-current. This was a particular video where we talked about towers only. I think that will be enough for the day. A little lengthy video, but I hope you liked it. If you liked it, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and keep on following our page. Thank you very much.